there is some breaking news out yesterday. And this breaking news happens to concern a friend of mine of many, many years. And he is one of the most heroic activists in the country. That would be David Daleiden. David Daleiden, who has been prosecuted by liberals in California, specifically by Kamala Harris, for almost a decade now. And he's been prosecuted because he had the temerity to film Planned Parenthood executives admitting their crimes on camera. David Daleiden, with his group, the Center for Medical Progress, was able to infiltrate Planned Parenthood and different events for abortion mills and get them to admit on camera that they violated the law by selling baby body parts to the highest bidder. So when David exposed this heinous crime on camera, no one could deny it. What happened? Did the authorities prosecute the abortionists who were selling human body parts of little babies? No, of course not. They prosecuted David because he spilled the beans on this major crime. This has been a saga going on almost a decade. As of yesterday, all charges, practically speaking, are being dropped. And we are joined now, maybe for the first interview, I don't know, I mean, this happened last night, with David Daleiden. David, first of all, thank you for being here. Second of all, congratulations.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you. Yes, you're right. This is the first interview that I'm doing since the great news that we got out of a little San Francisco courtroom yesterday afternoon. You did a great job of recapping it for your viewers. For anyone who might not remember, a lot of things happened back in 2015, including the beginning of sort of the Trump era and all these other things. But in 2015, my organization, the Center for Medical Progress, was responsible for the release of the undercover video series that caught Planned Parenthood's top-level abortion leadership callously negotiating the harvesting and sale of aborted baby body parts. The Attorney General of California at that time was Kamala Harris. She had a choice at that time in 2015. She could either investigate the taxpayer-funded abortion mega clinics across her state that were caught on camera selling aborted baby body parts from criminal late-term abortions, or she could go after the whistleblowers who filmed the interviews with Planned Parenthood's leadership. And Kamala Harris decided to go after the whistleblowers. Myself and my colleague, Sandra Merritt, it's been 9 years since Kamala Harris opened up this unprecedented criminal investigation in California under the California video recording law. No undercover journalist has ever been prosecuted under that law until this case that Kamala Harris started 9 years ago. And yesterday it ended. The state of California agreed to drop all the charges in a deal that will result in all the charges being dismissed and the entire case being dismissed and expunged within 6 to 12 months. So we're very happy about that. There's no punishment, no penalties, no admissions of wrongdoing, nothing. I mean, we'll get the transcript probably sometime within the next couple of weeks. The Attorney General's office basically stated on the record in court yesterday that they're dropping the case. They're just doing it in slow motion. So it's kind of a fig leaf for them, but we're very happy with that result. And I think what I want your viewers to know about that is to consider that this is one of the biggest law enforcement offices in the country, other than the Federal Department of Justice. Why did they decide to pursue this completely unprecedented, highly politicized case for almost 10 years? It's because of the content of what is shown on the undercover videos, and it's because of the bigger, darker reality that it points to about the taxpayer-funded abortion industry across our country, that our tax dollars that support the abortion industry, that the entire thing is built on killing and selling babies who are recognizably human, just like you or I.
David, you and I have been friends, I guess, for this whole saga. I think we first met right at the beginning. I had moved out to California and you were being prosecuted. And I thought, okay, well, this is evil. This is unjust. This is par for the course with our liberal government, but this is going to wrap up soon enough. Right? I mean, how do you go after the guy for blowing the whistle on people admitting to serious crimes? One of the women on camera, while haggling over the price of the baby body parts, said, well, whoever gives the first number loses, and I want to buy a Lamborghini. I mean, a Hollywood scriptwriter could not script such villainous, cartoonishly villainous language. And yet it's dragged on, and you have never, at any stop along the way, had any doubts. At least you've never shown it to me or publicly. You've never seemed to second guess yourself. You had the whole weight of this major government, second largest law enforcement organization in the country, thrown at you. You've never wavered. Did you expect this result?
Well, it was always certainly my hope that that the First Amendment would win out and that eventually justice would win out in the end. I think most people who are kind of optimistic have that kind of perspective. We're still, the next step. I mean, your viewers are, may remember just a couple of days ago on Friday, President Trump signed a very strong executive order that directs that no federal taxpayer funding should be spent on programs or organizations that fund or promote elective abortion. Planned Parenthood is the single biggest promoter of elective abortion in the country. So there's a very clear directive from the president's desk right now that all of the federal agencies need to start divesting the federal government from the criminal late-term abortion industry. So that's the next thing that we should see happen. It's great to be a free man in Southern California, as they say. But the next step is that we need to make sure that we stop propping up the nearly $2 billion taxpayer-funded illegal Planned Parenthood late-term abortion business that is selling baby body parts. They've been caught on camera. We've got FOIA requests out all across the state on them. We're getting unbelievable documentation about the way some of these deals have been structured for years that Kamala Harris and her cronies tried to cover up for years. If you go to our website at www.centerformedicalprogress.org, you'll see some of our latest reporting about a contract to sell, quote, proprietary aborted fetuses that Planned Parenthood has in Southern California with the University of California. So this is how deep the rabbit trail goes. This is the sort of stuff that Kamala Harris and Planned Parenthood for the past almost 10 years have been desperate to keep from coming out to the public. And this is it's just indicative of all of the very good reasons why the federal government needs to get out of the business of subsidizing the abortion industry that kills babies who are just as human as you or I
want to tell you about one of my favorite pro-life organizations. That's Preborn. Go to preborn.com/Knowles, Knowles. We have got some incredible news. Women are getting a second chance through the abortion pill reversal treatment, and it is saving lives. While Roe v. Wade has been overturned and many states have restricted abortion, something you might not know is that abortion pills now account for the clear majority of abortions, over 60%. That is where Preborn Ministries makes a crucial difference. Their network of clinics stands ready to help women in their most challenging moments, offering love, support, and completely free services to support their choice for life. Through ultrasound technology and their abortion pill reversal protocol, they've already helped save over 300,000 precious lives. You can make a real difference today. Just $28 provides one potentially life-saving ultrasound, and $140 can help rescue 5 babies. If you are ready to help, just dial pound 250, say baby, or make a secure donation at preborn.com/Knowles, Knowles. That is pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Knowles, Knowles. Together, we can help give children their chance at life back. It's an organization I personally support. I strongly recommend you give what you can. Preborn.com/Knowles. I can't help but notice the timing here. We're about 1 week, 2 weeks after Trump is inaugurated. I'm losing track of time. No, it's only 1 week since Trump is inaugurated that you get this news. How much does the election have to do with this decision? Had Kamala Harris won, the woman who started to prosecute you, would you be a free man today?
Well, I mean, I think it probably changes everything, right? I mean, if someone is as they say, a dirty cop who uses their authority to punish people who they disagree with and to reward their campaign donors, which is what Kamala Harris did as Attorney General, and then you promote that person to the highest position of power in the country. Typically when you reward behavior, you get more of it. And when you punish it, you get less of it, right? So I think, I certainly think that has a huge impact on what happened here. There's certainly a lot of factors involved. I'm extremely grateful to my legal defense team over the past 9 years. We were led by Steve Cooley, who was the longtime district attorney of Los Angeles, really an excellent and expert team that he assembled and led in order to get to a result like this. So there's a lot of really good work and a lot of really wonderful support from people all across the country that I've been really thankful to have for the past 9 years. And you can continue to support our work at www.centerformedicalprogress.org.
This is some of the best political news. And by the way, this has been a season of great political news. This is some of the best political news I have heard, I guess, in a decade. And I'm going to let you go because I know you've got champagne to pop. And more importantly, you have work to continue doing. But, just as we're celebrating this, as we celebrate the pardon of the pro-lifers who were political prisoners who were jailed by Joe Biden, as we're celebrating the return of justice in America, it's important to focus not just on the procedural goods that are coming out of this. Okay, good. An innocent guy who blew the whistle on a heinous crime. Now he's not being prosecuted by California anymore. It's also important to focus on the substantive goods, which is, why were you being prosecuted in the first place? Oh, because you blew the whistle on an insane crime that is being perpetrated by Planned Parenthood and by these abortion mills. So as justice returns, and rectifying some of the wrongs of the last 10 years, okay, now it's time to keep going. Now it's time to keep going after the bad guys. So head on over to the Center for Medical Progress website. I look forward to popping some champagne in your honor, albeit from a different part of the country, David. Congratulations, and just incredible work, keeping the faith, having courage to do the investigation in the first place, then to stare down these evil people and say, come on, give me your worst. I'm not backing down. I'm not caving at all. And guess what? In the end, that was all rewarded. You win. And I pray and I hope we're going to keep winning.
Thank you. It's great to see you.
That was a great clip. Ring the bell. Thank you.